And 910 is crossed under those boxes at the ledge. He'll take a few steps forward. His teammates are currently occupying B lane, and 910 begins the first fight of this round. He's drawn away from the attention of Story, who takes that headshot. TheMongolz getting ever closer to the B-bomb site.
Yeah, he realized the danger of that stack a little bit too late, backing off, trying to adjust, but they still have an avenue into the B-bomb site. Smoke down, a little bit damage on a Techno. They cannot block off long, but the bomb is able to cross safely. It's a retake scenario for sAw. They've got no kits and no more utility.
Gutierrez getting ever closer to Techno, who just swings out with a headshot, and Techno says hello in this pistol round. It is death to 3, make it 4, and that's why they call him the 4K. Mazinho around the backside closes out this pistol, and the TheMongolz crush down on that B-bomb site. 40 seconds left. Finally, sAw applying some pressure towards middle, but that's spotted out by Techno, and they charge down this donut. 1 kill from Arisdose, traded out by 910. Story swinging out from red. Techno's rifle should be superior in that fight, certainly will prove to be eventually, but they're taking damage on board here, the TheMongolz, and they aren't in the site just yet. 16 seconds left, not a lot of time. Bomb plant denied, and 10 seconds left. That Roman 5-7 has destroyed this TheMongolz round. Senzu can't win it. He hops back into the temple, and sAw answer back instantly after losing the pistol round.
I think TheMongolz gave him way too much respect. That was such a slow round from them of not challenging and not having presence on the map, and you run into a little bit of difficulty. So much damage is done by pistols and deagles and losing efforts, and Roman's just here for the cleanup. Easy kills. Everyone down in red when he turns into donut.
They can bounce back here. Through the fire they go, charging into the B-bomb site.
Oh, they got space to work with, baby. This is on. This is going to be a challenge for sAw. Cave is smoked off. Long is held at bay for the moment until U-Jerks arrives.
He's just been so good, and he's got a double back again. 910 uncomfortable on default, spam down, combined with utility to remove 910 from inside of the site. It's Blitz looking to put the pieces together.
He's got HP and an AK, though. He can cause more economic damage. Win is not really seeming likely at the moment, and they wrap around him before he expects it.
So TheMongolz got space up that B-bomb side, but really couldn't work with it.
On Inferno, it was the old Inferno, and one of his teammates got killed carrying the bomb, and it fell in like an impossible crack in the map that they couldn't recover, and that's how they lost the swing round. Flames at their feet, TheMongolz push forward.
Well, this is a charge forward indeed. Blitz at the front of this attack. Techno's taking a lot of damage. That grenade will soar over the top of his head and catch him. So he's down. Mazinho falls, and it is starting to look a little uncomfortable here for the TheMongolz. They've tried back-to-back B hits. They're now getting involved in some fights to even out those numbers, and they finally get the bomb down. That's a big difference in what we've seen previously for them as they look to try and hold on to this post plan. It's easier said than done with damaged players, and 2 coming out of the cave for sAw. They line up for 910. That's a triple, and Story's locked outside. Smoke is up on his left side now. He can isolate that fight on 910 in the site, but 910 shouldn't give him anything, and he won't. He'll stay disciplined, and Senzu spams down through that smoke, and the TheMongolz finally break through their barrage on the B site.
Felt like sAw had the advantages considering the HP of TheMongolz, and that's a big-time step up from 910, swinging into a fight and having him line up with a double kill. Absolutely perfect, and just what TheMongolz needed to secure the round. They've attacked B a number of times, and they've kind of used the same utility. So if you're sAw, if you're one of these B players, you're saying, look, they're not smoking long. And that might be what provides sAw with the playoffs here in Cologne.
Blitz is bruised very slightly by that early utility. Being disruptive, being a nuisance, selling more presence than really exists in mid, because once again, the TheMongolz have their sights set on the B-bomb site. Will they clear out Cubby? They're not looking for Roman, and his empire begins with just 1 kill in that P250. Cleared out by Techno, and Story is far removed from this one, other side of the map. It's B again, Jason.
That's got to be so frustrating. It's not a rush this time. They just changed the pacing and the timing of it, but it was stacked. There were 4 people there, and you still can't hold on to it. So got to be some mounting frustration for sAw, just saying, yeah, we'll put 4 people here if you're going to keep rinsing and repeating.
I love it. They got 4 players heading to B again.
Story's here, and he's at long where they haven't been smoking, but an op to challenge him, and he's going to win that out.
Yeah, that's the difference. Story's op comes on over. 910 was boosted up in that top box, and look at Ujarks. He's going on this. He's pushing down that ramp with a space created by the AWP, and he's seen enough of Mazinho. He takes that headshot, and he ducks out of there.
Yeah, Mazinho never knew he was showing through that smoke. That probably scared him a little bit as he goes down. Story,
oh, no way.
not prepared, and Blitz rips his head off. Over towards Donut we go.
Mutiris readying himself. Molotov is going to heat up the back of that donut. Ujarks starting to come through red. He can cut them off here, but they start to read it. They start to read this play. He'll dish out even damage on both players. Mutiris misses the timing to be able to capitalize on that initial damage, and Mongols get out of there somehow with a 3v3.
Yeah, that's actually really cool from Mongols. We've seen all their aggressive B brawly plays. Now we're getting a little bit of the tactical mind games. Pressuring Donut, grabbing some kills, falling away.
Senzu watching as Mutiris is now stuck inside of the donut. Smoke goes up for defense. The bomb is making its way out of A main right now, but that donut player is completely focused on the mid fight. 25 seconds, Senzu crosses in behind him. They're clearing the donut. They know this is an awkward fight. And Mutiris, he's gone into middle. He's gone all the way to red. And donut's now empty. So Blitz can plant that bomb for a donut post plant, and Senzu has a powerful position to play.
Oh, they're not aware of Temple, though. This timing is perfect for Asdos. And now I don't know what you do if you're Senzu. One's going to lurk middle. He'll wait for some kind of contact to occur.
Oh, Roman's the first fight, and it's the first fight. That's all that's needed there for sAw. They top the scoreline 4-4, and that difference is just Story being over in that B bomb site, picking off 910, frees up Ujarks to walk down the ramp, and he comes away with a second opener.
And also, the other problem with that for Mongols was, you sent all 5 players towards the B bomb site, hoping that 910 would provide you that pick, and then you can kind of stream in. But when you have all 5 players here and that initial play goes against him, Story gets the frag, you don't have any map control elsewhere. So it's like as a pack, you have to move and readjust across a very large map with no information. And a timeout taken from Mongols.
Once again, 3 players positioned outside of B, and they're going to go for this fight up the ramp. It works. It works completely. Roman split wide open. Ujark's coming in to try and plug that gap, but Mongols have created panic now among the sAw defense.
They don't need to hit this. They don't need to if they don't want to. Oh,
Ujark
steps in front of the Molotov.
It's a sick maneuver for Ujarks because it does drop the bomb and cause a couple of problems now for Mongols to have to figure out. But utility is keeping them comfortable.
Yeah, but it's about to fade.
Oh, Mazinho's flank. Story's reading it. Story's ready for Red Room, but doesn't hit the shot. And that's a big kill for Mazinho. Now it's Mongols into the B bomb site, and sAw committed to this. So Arasdose still in middle. He can start that climb up ledge, but they're losing members with every second that ticks on, and now Arasdose spotted too. It's over. And Mutiris has nowhere to go because Red is cut off. Techno's charging him down, and Mongols go back to B.
Especially when you win the B bomb site like 5 times and a half, like in multiple fashions. Like it's such an advantage for an in-game leader to be able to just call circles around his opposition because he's got a pressure point that he can lean on.
Yeah, this is chess, and we're just living in Blitz's world. That was Dulce through CT. Mutiris tries to hold from Donut. It's his second kill of this map. He stays alive, he gets back to safety. It's not the cleanest entry path here for the Mongols. Luckily, Blitz is still at elbow, and he cuts off Ujark's quick rotation. Now Mutiris is a little worried because he could be pushed from Donut from mid. He also has to worry about shots ringing in from the site itself.
What is Blitz doing? He's gone all the way back to the B bomb site, but the bomb is in A.
This is a long way to go.
This is a really long flank.
He's got a lot of time at least, but a lot has to go right for him for this to work.
It's not about his time. It's about how much time his teammates have to sit in the bomb site being safe with the potential of being flanked out.
Look at Mutiris.
I think this is way too ambitious from Blitz.
He's gone back around middle through elbow. Well, 40 seconds left. Blitz is on the B bomb site.
Yo, shout out to Senzu at 910.
How are they just still alive? It's just so silent, so sneaky. Blitz, there's 30 seconds left, buddy. Gotta get into a position where you can impact this round now. 27 seconds. Mutiris is on the flank. He's in behind them. 910 not considering this. Not considering whatsoever. That bomb goes down, and 910 moves away.
No way.
No way has this gone the Mongols' way. It's now 910 to the Tech 9. Blitz has got that kill on Story. This is one of the most ridiculous rounds of Counter-Strike, and 910 finally falls. Mutiris gets rid of him, sends it from the site. It's now Mutiris all left alone, and Mongols pull it off. An ambitious round, and it has worked for Blitz. He gets that final kill. And 7 rounds to 4. The Mongols have an interesting ancient T side.
I mean, I think they want to finish there again. But this time they want to get this wrap going.
Oh, one of their smokes.
But again, look at the outplay. You've abused B so many times. sAw puts 4 people here due to the fact that it's a low buy with SMGs. You have nobody in middle, and that's exactly what Mongols are exploiting right now. And Mazinho, he should have his pick of the litters of which frags do you want?
Well, he's used to blowing bubbles. Now he blows up this defense. Mazinho on that double headshot. Now Utrecht's in the middle of the site getting pushed. He can't even finish off 910, who had to switch to the sidearm. What a half of Counter-Strike from the Mongols. They will exit it 8-4 scoreline. Blitz calls a beautiful T side. And then this decider matchup. And who is moving into the Lanxess? It's the Mongols that lead the way over sAw. A pistol round feels necessary.
910's going to get the early spot in Donut. Oh, and he swings out, sees 2, sticks around fighting, tapping away. Mid is compromised. Right through the mid smoke, sAw goes. They can split the map. They can split the defense. Blitz spots another one. 910 trying to take off ahead, but they need to do something at the A site.
Oh, Blitz fires the flash in. Story unreal. It doesn't really phase him, so he ends up getting that kill with the P250. Arisdose fighting back, and sAw are up 2 players. Bomb plant commitment. It's wild. Mazinho undetected, and suddenly, just like that, it's back in favor of the Mongols. And Arisdose, the last remaining player. sAw had everything going their way. They commit to the plant, and from that point onwards, it completely unravels. It is Mongolian dominance in the pist around the close. They're gathering up outside of A. There's no one home right now for the Mongols. Roman, does he walk through the smoke? Does he catch out Techno? Techno looks, oh god, it's so uncomfortable for Roman. Now the A play's coming in. Utrecht needs to clean up Mazinho. Does so very effectively. Mazinho was in the open. Tough position to really get much out of. Even if he did get one, was likely traded right after.
Yeah, you can get away with that against unarmored Glocks like 910 did. You can't get away from it. Can't get away with it against AK-47s, but there's still a chance for recovery.
Oh yeah, they just keep bringing the fights. They keep presenting them the opportunity to get back into these rounds.
These footsteps will be heard as well.
Mutiris is now taking a shift walk into A main. Story plays from Brokey. There is utility, plenty of it for the Mongols left to get ready for this retake. They're going through their final motions, their final checks, and Story checks them out. That is a beautiful double kill that saves this round for sAw, and Story might even get this 3rd kill on the AWP retreating. Great work from Story to keep his team in that fight.
Now he's got the AWP as well, salvages it off the body of 910.
In the hands of Blitz. It's not a great buy from Mongols. Fast mid play. Mutiris, oh god, takes his own teammate down, but it's so clean from sAw other than that. Great work done in mid.
4 kills through smoke. Nice.
Feels like Vertigo.
All right.
We talked about many times in this competition, Jason, how quickly these scorelines can start to just go the other way. You know, MR12, they just disappeared. The lead that you've got can be found very quickly.
Well, Techno is going to be found quickly by Roman. Coming in late, away from the bomb plant. It's just Senzu. In a position where he could get a little crazy, but he's got no kit. So save the M4. That'll be the only weapon that Mongols have in the next round, and we'll see if he can be the hero.
You need to be a superhero to win this next round, most likely. And in fact, ooh, he's under enough pressure that you maybe thought that M4 wouldn't get into the next round. But he does keep it. He does drag it into this, but it is about to be 10-7. Here's that early fight. Get a replay of the crazy chaos here.
Look, because when you drop your gun in the middle of a battle, you deserve what you get.
You do. It's like, coward!
Exactly. There's no retreat. There's no surrender.
Court-martialed.
but very deadly as well. Utility out in the early rounds. Deep Molotovs and smokes. CS2 is going to ignore all of it. Blinded right at the end, but thankfully so is Blitz. And that is another one through smoke.
Oh, Roman to bring Techno down and out straight away. Mongols lose 2 players. sAw hitting another gear. And we know they're capable of this. We know they have mental strength in games. We've seen against G2. They come back into matches and series, and it's so hard to put them away. Mongols nipping at the heels, finally getting 1 kill, but it's not enough. Not enough at all. It's a safe call now for Blitz, and the Mongols have disappeared. Gap is now 2 rounds. The money is dwindling for the CT side.
It's got to be a splash of cold water for the Mongols, who were feeling so good going into the halftime break with the run that they were on. Now can't get anything going on this CT side. Even with a pistol round victory. It's going to be 10-8. U-Jerks having another very good game. 16 and 14 for him.
Meteorus looking to be a nuisance out middle. Pokes and prods away at that elbow. And sAw start to fixate upon this B setup. Techno in the cubby. His teammate sends down. Techno must stand up in his stead. Second kill out of Techno. Starts to run out of ammo. And he does well to get 2, but it's not enough. They keep peeking. They keep giving them opportunities. Stories on 1 health after that. It is a little unfortunate for the Mongols not to get that kill. But the bomb will go down, and 9-10 and Mazinho are in middle.
You think sAw at halftime were just like, you know what, let's just do the same thing. Let's just do the same thing as them. We'll show them that we can give it back. We'll show them how hard it is.
Yeah, and I bet it feels good. I bet it feels good that it's working. Yeah, they're calling it. They can't go for this one. It's going to be a save for the Mongols. They're retreating, falling back. Meteorus tries to catch them as they run. But that scoreline now reads 10-10. And that's starting to, but it has fallen away from you completely. You're now on the back foot.
Well, it's also the pressure of being this close is a whole different kind of pressure. So you want to talk about inexperience.
As much as sAw maybe haven't had the greatest titles or the greatest appearances in their careers, they've been going on for around 15 years. They've been to countless tournaments preparing for these moments. And 9-10 to grab a kill on U-Jerks. Mongols up a player, and 9-10 has plugged the gap on this A attack. Bomb is down. He sees it. He knows where his next victim is. And Utility forces sAw further and further back into A main. As soon as they concede the lead, they grab it right back.
This is an unlosable round.
You heard it here first. It's got the O'Toole seal of approval. And that is a shot and a half. Meteorus will fall 9-10 with a 4K round on that AWP. Now, money is not an issue. There's a lot of cash here for sAw. They can buy back. They can get everything they want. But that is the first gun round that Mongols have won.
Really good kill from Blitz. He's getting naded down to 18 HP. Finding that, but 9-10 manages this perfectly. Always dropping back to the next safest location to take your 1v1. Relegated to the extremities. Oh,
it's blasting Blitz again, and he had a smoke in his hand as he was challenging down elbow. That's a little awkward for Blitz.
I wonder if that smoke just was thrown a little bit late and he didn't realize it. Miscommunication, not communicated, but he turned that corner, it seems, expecting that choke point to be blocked off.
Yeah, he definitely did. Roman, lucky that smoke didn't blow away too much. 9-10, unable to connect on U-Jerks in the donut.
Well, now they know where the AWP is at the very least.
There's the Techno, aggressive down into the B lane. There's the AWP and the bomb. Story goes for the fight and wins it. Now he's getting out of there. Now he's sprinting back through spawn. His teammates now pushing through into the A bomb site and Red Room. And that kill on A opens up so much space for Meteorus, who catches Senzu stepping, charging back into Red. Meteorus wins that fight, and sAw will tie up the scoreline 11-11. This is the kind of fight we want when you're challenging for the Lanxess. Blitz having a look. Mutiras gets blinded, caught, finally. An opening kill for Mongols to work with as they challenge down to try and grab map point, but Blitz stays and fights Mazinho with him. Mongols still ahead, and it's chaos in the first few seconds of this round, but the bomb is still outside of B for sAw. And they're going to boost Story's AWP atop the boxes. sAw jump spotted, just seen that. He won't re-peek into the sniper, instead repositions.
Oh, but it's got to make you a little bit nervous playing at this B bomb site when an AWP is potentially at B ramp. Makes it really hard to work up the confidence to jiggle. Everything's a little bit riskier, so Techno's going to get at the entrance of Cave. Similar setup to last round, sAw over at Long B. sAw is going to send all 3 players here.
Yeah, they know that's coming. Techno turns away from the flash, he gets back to it. It's awkward, and he nearly brings Arisdose down. That would have been a double for Techno. But as it stands, sAw still in with a chance. Arisdose falls, and it puts it all on Story, and he begins to right it. It's a shot on Mazinho. Jumps into the site. No one up for the peak. He goes back into the cave, the timing eluding him, but he gets that shot on sAw, and this Story could have a beautiful ending. 9-10, the AWPer in the cave, and Story takes a few steps back, waiting for this post-plant moment. 9-10, not comfortable, no kit on his back, switches out to the AK instead. Story knows where his next victim is, the shot misses. And now 9-10, that bomb is not planted comfortably whatsoever. Story can rot the clock, he can run this time down, and Story just plays with his prey as he runs around the corner. It is a beautiful ending to this round for Story. He pulls sAw out of the hole and gives them map points. This is so frustrating for 9-10, but absolutely beautiful for the side of sAw.
My man Story, what a performance, 1v3, and that's what I'm saying, it makes you so nervous taking some of those peaks. Mongols gets lured into each and every one of them despite mid-control, despite a heavy defense put up in Cave.
That is a sick clutch.
Nobody could find a clean fight on Story, and his teammates are loving it.
Oh, that is a nightmare round for Mongols to deal with, though. They've got to feel like they should be on map point, but there's no time to think about it, no time to worry about it, because they don't have a timeout. They got to go into the fight again, and Blitz is down at the elbow. A start for sAw with an advantage to close out their opponent's map pick in a qualification game for the Lanxess Arena. 9-10, smoke is blown open at Donut, the long and labored spray eventually equals a kill.
They're coming around to A though. This is 3 players coming out, they're making footsteps. 9-10 knows, he's got to step up again, he doesn't have the AWP this time.
Oh, he's blinded.
This is good utility for Mongols, they slow everything down, give themselves time to breathe.
Yeah, they stall out sAw, and there's still so much time left in this round. Techno and Mazinho needing to combine together as sAw sending players towards the ramp. sAw is about to peek mid. Story's at the bottom of the stairs.
Those footsteps,
the
though.
Sounds. He doesn't see Story. Story knows exactly where he is, though. And Techno, oh my god, falls down. Arisdose with a reaction flick. Now sAw waiting for Story to come on into his trap. In through the red room. 25 seconds left. Mongols rotating over, fighting for overtime on their map pick. Or Udrix and Roman will close this one out. 9-10 with a shot right down that back line. And Udrix has a 1v2. 1v2 in 2 different angles. And the Portuguese man plants his feet. He goes into that fight. Now a 1v1. 9 health left. And he's so close. sAw steps up and overtime secured. The Mongols not dead yet. And this goes to the bonus rounds.
Man, there's no way you win 2 1v3s back-to-back to win the map. That's crazy. Udrix so close. And if he had a little bit more health in that last fight, a little bit more HP to work with, he might have been able to do it.
Elsewhere, 9-10's AWP will connect with lethality. It's information of the whereabouts of 2 snipers, but it doesn't quite matter now for sAw because they're down to 2 players, and the Mongols with a clean CT round so far.
Yeah, very clean. Good little mid-round aggression, peeking up and clearing out B lane. sAw's on the back foot. Story's got 11 HP. Ain't no chance this time. Him and Mutiras are going to combine at the bottom of B ramp. 50 seconds. You have all the money in the world, so saving doesn't really matter, but, you know, at some point, there's no reason in going for an unwinnable round. They're still going to give it a try, see if they can find a pick.
sAw, straight through the chest. Now Story runs, but the fire will hold him back. Not getting too many angles that he's comfortable with, and sAw will shut him out. So 13-12, Mongols back into the lead, and that round's really impressive. They keep 5 players up.
sAw's game plan based on what they're expecting. And it's a B rush.
It is quick up B. Roman, the spearhead of the attack, hasn't quite penetrated any of the defense yet, and he's blunted by 9-10. Blitz helping out. Meteor's going in for the fight. It's just chaos, but it's all Mongols. And ours Dorsey stuck in cave. This would be one hell of a pullback if he's able to even get close to this.
Don't need to take any more fights in cave. No reason to challenge there whatsoever. He's got to come to the B bomb site. He's got to commit himself to pick up the bomb.
9-10, straight down that ramp. It's 14 rounds now for the Mongols.
Back into a double op.
Meteor's through the fire. Heating up with a great opening, but it's traded 2 for 2. Tip for tap. Blitz burning. Blitz, get out of the fire. Oh my god. 3 health. He eventually gets away. This guy's the cerebral assassin.
It's crazy. I maybe never saw the Molotov going into Cubby, but he stood in it for quite some time.
He did. He really did.
I think it did like 50, 60 damage to him. Good transfer over from 9-10. Careful.
Dude, how sick has 9-10 been playing?
Yep.
He gets out of there again. Blitz on the other side with that AWP. Stays alive. And tells the tale to Roman. It is now 15-12.
This is manageable, and it's Story. He's already won 1v3, and he's got the AWP for deep angles.
It's just the utility and how low he is really making this a difficult outcome. They're charging back in from red. He now gives away his position. Flash connects on him. He's stuck in the open. He's really close to that kill, but Blitz will break him.
Yeah, he needed that first shot.
Yeah, he did.
That was the right play. I like the play. You have to get a little bit aggressive to thin things out before everyone arrives.
Story's waiting for 9-10 to be boosted onto that box, and 9-10 gives away the opener.
That's the bomb. They're going to have to go back and recover it.
It's a bit of a spanner into the works here for Mongols.
I think that's Senzu just realizing it and jumping across the smoke.
A jump up from Senzu.
This is just going to finish at the B site, as we can tell, right? Like, they haven't moved anywhere across the map. Again, it's kind of what I outlined in regulation, was you start with all 5 people here. Even though you lose that first pick, you have no map control elsewhere.
Senzu straight through. It's a great lineup here for Ujerks. They will not end yet.
Yeah, Senzu's telling his boy, you stepped in front of me.
Yeah.
I had the shot.
Calamity. A little goof and gaff as they try and get in.
They got 2 more chances. This is a virtue. This is the nice thing about winning 3 rounds in overtime in the first half.
Or you could just win this one, Jason.
Okay.
No. You know, could have been.
I appreciate that you called it, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate you called it ahead of time.
It could have been something special. Utilities being tossed out towards that A site. Donut smokes in, flashes into main, but there's no commitment into the site yet from Mongols. Meteorus is isolated in Donut. This red fight about to go down, and once again, it's Story opening up. Mazinho dies in middle. Mongols down a player. And is there any way they can get this back? Techno shows us exactly how.
Oh, Blitz is waiting for this donut push.
Timing. Look at that. Look at that timing.
Yeah, but look behind him. The position he was just watching. Oh, he has just somehow unknowingly dodged all elements of danger.
Dude, if he checks back mid, he's going to see 2 players in that position. But is he going to check back mid?
His eyes have got to be focused on red.
The bomb is going over towards A. The steps surely being heard now from Aras Dorsey. Is there a reaction? They've killed Techno inside of cave. They're searching cave for another player, but they don't see anything towards B right now. Blitz cutting off the rotation by sitting in red so long. He'll smoke out that CT rotation point, and now he's looking at the ledge. He's seen Mutirus. He's trying to dance with death.
His attention is going to be occupied towards CT spawn to look for that push when the smoke fades. Meanwhile, all of sAw evacuated the area, heading towards Donut. One's going to come red room behind him. That's Mutirus. Big shoes for him to fill in an important job.
9-10 sits a Brokey, ever patient. His teammate Blitz in the temple. And they're praying that this round could take them one step closer to that cathedral. Good swing from 9-10. The mighty Mongols break through with the first map victory. Ancient goes their way. The sAw side, they bring it back, they fight, but it's not enough to close it. One map up in the series, it's the Mongols.
Guys, are you hungry for more content? Subscribe to ESL CS on YouTube. Logic.
And we start with sAw on the T side of Nuke. Arisdose with the bomb on his back. And he'll play in towards the hut. Hujark's dropping down into main. It's a quick split into this A site from multiple different avenues. Senzu is hearing those steps and watching his teammates fall around him. He eventually will pick up one kill out of it, but Arisdose with all 5 kills in the most ridiculous fast fashion.
I didn't even notice he got all 5. Dang, well done, Arisdose, coming into map 2 hot.
Outside, occupied by multiple Mongols now. Blitz looking to nip in behind them. That deagle now revealed. Story takes him out. It's not the start of the force buy they would have wanted, as sAw have many players already down secret.
He's got a deagle tag though. Maybe that scout can clean things up. 2 players down here as well. Mazinho with 1. He was the star yesterday. Haven't had to talk about him too much yet today against sAw. Deagle's not landing until the very end. Finally, Mutiris is taken down, but that should be about it.
Techno with that 5-7, so close to taking Arisdose down, who is now 7 kills in 2 rounds, yet to die. Bomb plant now secured, sAw up 2-0 on the T side.
And Mongols will have to save in the next round. The scout will be the only tool they have to work with, unless it is a T spawn. There's already Story here. Oh, he's going to grab this scout. 9-10's going to be so sad.
After all that, there's someone already waiting in your hiding spot. Outside wall is erected. They're going for an upper hit straight into this A site. Techno blinded, still off the top of the rafters, getting a double kill out of it. And remember Senzu, he's playing in and around the vent. He's looking to be an absolute nuisance inside of these smokes, and he has gone around the whole way around. But Roman's now ready for this hut push, and he comes back into that headshot. Probably would have been better for Senzu to stick around at Squeaky instead of coming around the hut, because they were ready for a ramp play or a flank coming in from that side anyway.
I was just going to bring up the same point. That pathing is super weird, because that's exactly where they're going to look for a ramp flank, which is something completely predictable. If he stays inside that smoke and waits for it to fade, maybe he can catch someone off guard or come out of it on the footsteps. Either way, like the play he made in that round, to hide in the smoke.
Hujark's diving down, Blitz is caught, great opening, second nearly on top of the hut. Senzu, oh, he stepped up this time. He's with Techno this time. And it's a 2 versus 3 thanks to that kill from Mutiris. It's still doable for sAw.
Mutiris in a position to exploit outside. I don't know if he was spotted. Possibly. He obviously saw one up in heaven. Gonna hop up onto the barrels, climb up. Roman's gonna wait over in lobby. So Mutiris looking to crack this.
Oh, Senzu comes around the back, but Mutiris turns just in time. Senzu goes down.
Up the ladder we go. Should be predictable, so you have the hut push from Techno. Mazinho's got to be the one who's cautious about heaven.
A lot of time, sAw. But what are they able to do with it? Roman now coming into the hut. This fight is everything, and Techno collects the head of Roman. Mazinho has heaven on lock. And the Mongols do finally get a CT round.
Just a little giggle as the players settle into Nuke.
Oh, Mongols playing aggressive with these outside smokes and getting close to red. It's Blitz that is doing it, and he stopped Hujark from making the exact same move as he used prior, but there's no fallback plan for Blitz. He jumps into the open, and Story's op will snipe him.
Not a bad transition, though, from 9-10. A little bit risky, but now that he's got place in the back of Garage, he can cover Mini. So Secret is still open. That'll have to be communicated
Here comes Roman. In front of that smoke, Senzu wins the duel. Steady and ready. 910 all the way at the back of the garage, so it's a strong position for 910.
That's a last smoke that sAw has to put this round together, and you can freely rotate down to lower knowing Secret is open because you have that coverage from big garage towards mini. This Mongolz defense is lined up perfectly, and a nade coming in just lets sAw know they know it's coming.
Senzu. Oh no. The foundations to the boost looked like it was going to cost them. It actually works out in the end with a nice shot from Story. Damage being done to the Opera though. And he's just throwing a heap of utility at Mazinho.
All right, who's covering Squeak? It's still 910. If they decide to shoot up the vents, he'll be ready.
And you can see them considering the vents, but I think they realize it's too risky. Mazinho takes a step forward, shot will miss, and he goes out for a re-peek, this time to his death. So Materis is left in a 1v3, and Mazinho now sees exactly where his next opponent is. With 14 seconds left, there was always two players charging towards him. It was unlikely Materis got out of that one alive, so second round for Mongols.
All right, Ramp Room. All right, Mazinho. You were the king yesterday. Show us what you got.
Takes a jump off.
All right.
That was not much, but he stays alive. His teammate 910 goes into the fires and the flames and dies at the hand of Story.
That's either a mistake out of 910 or a failure of communication from Mazinho letting know he's dropping. The only reason the op ever comes to peak there is when he's got a teammate in Ramp Room ready to fight and support.
So if it is a lack of communication, Mazinho has a chance to step up and make up for his prior issues. Senzu takes the distraction away. Mazinho now strikes out. It's only one kill, and that is not going to be enough to keep the Mongols in a position of power. The bomb is going to go down, and the Mongols consider whether or not it's even worth going for this. They get this first kill on ramp cleanly.
They have time to come clear this and see if they can win this fight.
Yeah, but it comes down to this.
They have kits. They do have a smoke as well.
Didn't see the second player, so he only knows that Techno's coming down there.
That's clean. It's on. Retake is on for sure.
They got a smoke, they've got kits, and one HE grenade alongside a flash. So they move into the bomb site. Smoke can be deployed by Blitz. Decon closed, double doors open. Kill from Moodrix locked in on Techno. Smoke is out towards that Decon door, and Blitz, while time is running a little too thin for the in-game leader. He's gonna get to it, he's gonna stick it, but even if he had enough time, it was so close. And Story will slash him up with that knife on his run out the door. It's not pretty for sAw, is it? Gleals on 3 players, a MAC-10 for Roman, and an AK-47 in the hands of Story. Materis takes a lot of damage on board with that initial utility, and here's some of that outside pressure. Blitz swinging. It certainly will dominate Muteris in that fight. Now the ramp play. Mazinho, a little bit of a calamity in the last round. Perhaps a collapse in communication. But he holds them at bay for now, and no peek is coming from 910.
Yeah, they forced the rotation down to the lower bomb site yet again. They want to wrap towards heaven, though, it looks like. At least Udrix wants to challenge for it, and that's going to be a rough corner to turn if you do it.
Yeah, but he does it with ease. Sees that second player down. 910's AWP is out of there. Techno dies at the back of the bomb site. Story just runs right through him, and sAw have A. It's a rough round here for the Mongols, because you get that opener outside. And you still just lose all the important frags. Blitz blinded as he climbs up the ladder. Is it going to be another retake attempt for the Mongols?
They're going to test. They do have a Molotov. Blitz is going to deploy that just now. Flashbang comes in from Mini. There goes Ares Dulce.
Oh, he's blinded by it, but the rest of his teammates stepping up. It's just Mazinho. He called him the king. Well, there's the young prince as he ggets towards the site, taps that defuse, doesn't stick it, does not pull it through, and now he gets back to it. Is there enough time for Mazinho with that kit? He's got plenty, and Mazinho is able to pull it off. Great work done from Mazinho coming in from heaven, and the decision not to stick it works out in the end. That's not how his career started. It was rough at times. Blitz defending Secret. They're walking towards him. Second player gets cleared out. You thought the second player might be an element of surprise that sAw wouldn't be ready for. But they get through it. Senzu defends from vent.
Oh, another hut lurk. This can be impactful. Ooh, the MAC-10 though at that range. Not pretty. Senzu still alive in vents, and sAw no longer have their escape route, their fallback plan.
They get caught from heaven. Good peek from 910. Actually, it was from the lockers window that he peeked out there. So he got that kill locked in. Story able to trade it. But a lot to do here for Story. Plenty of time, though. That's the thing on his side at the moment. 2 flashes. And the bomb on his back. Can Story piece this one together?
Techno's over in ramp and Senzu is downstairs, so an upper plant will have some time to it for Story to relocate and reposition. He had a huge 1v3 back on Ancients. He's got a chance for a 1v2 here.
The utility is in the hands of Techno. He's got a flash and a molly to make this uncomfortable for Story. Senzu making no secret about his position as he makes a lot of noise, entering the vent, coming closer to Story, checks him out. Story has to turn back. Techno from that MP9 in heaven, able to close out the 1 versus 1. Scoreline's tied up, and it's Techno to do it.
Yeah, but none of this is easy. Back-to-back 1v1s won by the Mongols. But their money is just, they can't actually get any safety. They can't actually have enough cash to propel themselves forward. Everything is like right on the edge. It's still going to be a little bit weaker in some cases. I imagine we see a force up out of sAw as well here. Yeah,
fortunately for the Mongols, sAw don't have money either, right? So they've got around 3k average at the moment.
Door blown open. Looks like a fast pace towards the upper bomb site. Not a complete rush, but they're hitting the timing.
As Dosse charging in, gets caught by Blitz out from main. Techno, he's searching rapidly for the second target, but they've actually went down the vent. They've decided to descend into B. That door open at Decon.
And Mazzino didn't rotate down. He's still over in ramp room, so they're going to get a free plant out of this, and now they can take space towards ramp room. Retake is going to be tough.
Oh, Mazzino.
Oh, careful. He spotted it.
Yeah, you definitely seen how far up Udrix was, so that element of surprise is no longer with sAw. But it's still so tough to deal with Udrix in the darkness. Mazzino takes a dink on board. There's fights going on the upper bomb site, but that time is ticking on lower. Materis is still in ramp. They're fumbling through weapons, and all that distraction is perfectly allowed Materis to come in and clean up the other 2. It's a 2v2 now established, but time is the problem. No kit on their backs. Blitz to the kills, but it's seconds that he does not have. It is 6 rounds for sAw. They take a small lead, and the money is broken for the Mongols. They will throw everything they've got into this last round of the half. And no one from Mongols is pushing the issue. They've got the player advantage in this situation. Mazzino cleared away, forced down the ramp. 45 seconds remaining in this round as sAw begin to take their steps forward into the upper bomb site. Sensors looking the wrong way, and because it's silent, it's effective. And now it's Techno on top hut, unable to clear away Materis.
Oh, that dink came on the last bullet before he went down.
Yeah.
He would have loved that a little bit earlier.
Blitz through that smoke, Roman's down. And the Mongols must go for this. They've got a kit this time around. They've got a kit for the retake, but Mazzino's dead, and it's just Blitz left. 1 versus 2. Materis so low from his earlier engagements, but I think Blitz is starting to realize just how difficult this clutch is going to be. The sAw side sit in the site, and they will close out this half with a 7-5 lead on the T side. They desire a third. They want to bring this battle to 3. We'll see if they can do it in the second half. Mongols T side pistol begins with everybody with Kevlar. No one buying any utility. None of that. It's a waste of money. Just go for headshots.
There's the jump. Mongols speeding up. Oh, sit down.
That's lovely.
Had a chance for another one. Senzu's lucky to be alive, down to 50 HP.
And they're just going to charge back into this upper bomb site. They'll want to get a bit of taste of Arrows Dosse because it's quite sweet rice. And now while they're into the site, a couple of shots coming back for Story, but Mazzino, he's having one hell of a pistol run here, but he would need everybody, and that is not going to happen for him. Oh, Story outside. You don't get much easier than that. 9-10 falls. Story repositions. Senzu rips him off the top of the fence. Now Materis is in behind Unbreakable, and the bullets are peppering towards him. It sounds a lot more violent than it ends up being because he's got most of his health still left, and that FAMAS does far too much. Mazzino swings into him, finally taken out, and it's a 2 versus 2.
2v2. Blitz is down at the lower bomb site. He has the bomb as well, going to plant behind Silo. Both sAw players upstairs and out of position. There's Dose, however, is wise to this lurk from Techno, and he might have a free kill. Oh, the timing that he just switches away from.
Oh, as Dulce takes Techno down, now it's just Blitz. 1v2 for Blitz inside of his lower sight, and he hears those steps coming towards him. He tries to separate the fights, but he just goes into that first peak, and as soon as he does, Udrex clears him up. It will be a 10th round. It will be double figures here for the side of sAw.
I don't think he never had information on that second player. He's listening to those footsteps. I think he's trying to win by movement and just kind of wrap around that hall.
And they're starting to run out of chances.
Yeah, I mean they're doing a good job. They're losing in the late round scenario. They're not doing bad in the early rounds and the mid rounds. It's these late rounds, these after plants, these bomb site takes, bomb site, you know, holding the bomb site after the fact. That's what they're losing on. Good opening from Techno.
As you were saying, early rounds, it's going well for Mongols. They've got to pick this one up now, though. The outside smokes are deployed. About to be broken open by Meteorus. It's been quite a threat for the Mongols over the last few rounds here. As Dulce moving his way into the lobby. And Techno is about to peek in towards him. As Dulce, oh my god, he got away with it. How does he get away with that? He jumps up, Udrex taking one more for the defense, and now Senzu sprinting in behind. Mazinho combines for that heaven headshot. And well, they don't have money anymore, so a safe call absolutely here for Story. Will he be allowed to take it into the next missed shot, and he's dropped by 9-10. 6 rounds for the Mongols.
Okay, that's what they needed. They finally broke through.
Senzu to climb up on the silo. And the ult for Story plays inside of Garage. The cross towards red is being committed to for Mongols. They're sending multiple forces this way again.
Is there enough of a stall to make them not cross on this wall? There's the smoke break, nothing seen, a little bit of spam damage on a Bliss. He steps in front of the smoke to be able to challenge and exposes himself to Story. Baited out, thought that was the defender. A little bit of extra damage on 9-10, and this is not looking good.
Yeah, this is not a pretty start for the Mongols in this round whatsoever.
But again, it's all 4 players here. Oh, they're just picking up the pace. They say screw it. Like, we don't want to give them time to rotate.
Let's just charge. Hopefully we catch them in a poor timing. Meteorus up on the rafters. Rotation down from Udrex doesn't go his way. Meteorus off the rafters only manages one. And the decision to speed things up looks to have paid off for the Mongols, at least for now. But those 3 remaining players are so incredibly low.
This is the round-winning play. There's no way they expect this. They've got no eyes on it. There's one on the AWP, and Roman. Oh, beautiful. 9-10 was deeper in secret. Never saw the transition from vents. They didn't keep control of it.
You can see him frustrated as he realizes that play has lost in the round. Took a little side and an eye roll backwards. It's now 11-7 for the sAw side. Meteorus hears those steps, but he realizes there's one right beside him, and they have no clue. They're not clearing him. Meteorus could have the perfect position to kick this round off. As they all walk in front of him, he gets back with a dink. Could have got a multi-kill out of that if he had committed to the right side, it looked like, but at least Mongols get the 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, their T side has been one-dimensional. We've seen them kind of walk all 5 players towards secret multiple rounds, and sAw has that understanding as well, as you can see, because of that outside presence and trade and the number of bodies and comms that Meteorus gave. Roman slipped in towards Squeak Door. They've taken over lobby. They need to clear this. They won't. First is there. Roman's got a battle on his hands. He's run out of ammunition. They need this trade, but it's a ton of damage. Senzu and Mazinho have no HP for this clutch.
Similar to last round where they're damaged goods, and now Udrex, this is the freest kill he'll have. Senzu just running right into him. Mazinho now thrust into a 1 versus 2. Bomb will go down in the site. At least that's secure, but anything else would be an absolute miracle. Mazinho unable to make it happen, so map point for the side of sAw. This series, this duel to get into the Lanxess.
Which means Story with his AWP will be here in ramp room in this attack.
Udrex right through the smoke. It's 2. And it's a 3rd for Udrex as he looks to drag his squad through to map 3. He's already decimated the attack of the Mongols. And suddenly 2 left for this T side. Techno, the kiss of death to Arisdose from behind. It's one extra back, and Mongols, once more, seems like they're in this fight. Despite the laceration from the start of the round, Mongols still have a foothold in this.
Yeah, they really do. 910 drops that bomb, takes control of the double doors in the window. If he peeks this left, he's in trouble. But just covering his teammate. Mutira's gonna clear the angle, nails it. There goes the planter as well. That's it.
That's it. sAw tie things up. They equalized this series, and we must wait to see who it is going to be entering the Lanxess arena. This series tied up. Anubis will decide it. The doors of the Lanxess lie in wait for the team that is going to walk through them. It's sAw or it's Mongols. We're no closer to finding out.
Hi guys, Mezzy here. Make sure to sub to ESL CS. Keep right on.
sAw starting on the T side, attacking into the Mongols defense. You've got Senzu over in dark. Techno's going to be close by at the pillar. And Story already challenging with the P250. sAw look like they want to head towards the A bomb site. And this game might just get weird because they played this map earlier.
They did. Overtime victory for sAw in the opening game of stage 1. Senzu, first kill will go his way. Mongols have the player up. They're starting to encroach in this A bomb site. Waiting for them is Mizinho, and he's got his feet wet in the fountain.
910's got a flash, but they're not giving any indication it's coming.
910. Oh, he's going to find out the hard way, and the Jewel Barrette is unleashed. They unravel just one. And this pistol's back on. Roman's waiting for that rotation. It isn't the cleanest shots, but it certainly will be effective in the end. Blitz at heaven, 15 HP, and Techno, he knows Roman's in mid. He's got to deal with this threat. In the meantime, his teammate is fighting out heaven, and it hasn't gone well for the Mongols. It hasn't gone well for them at all. sAw fight back after losing the first player in this pistol round. Roman comes in through middle and secures a 3K, and the majority of the kills picked up by him. First time in Cologne for sAw at all. It'd be impressive to see them go all the way to the playoffs in their first chance. Just think how many times this group of players have tried to qualify for events of this caliber and struggled. And they've lost a player here. It's the beginning of the struggle against some pistols. Udrux maybe, you know, making it look easy to trade that kill out on Mizinho.
This is pretty good damage done by Mongols, though, to start this. Three players are here. They don't have a whole lot of control. Arisdose isn't really peeking into anything. He's just looking for pushes, and now the scout has rung out. Story's low. sAw's in danger of dropping this one.
Yeah, there's 3 players waiting around that corner. And this is tough. Because 910 sees the shadow, he double scopes up, he lands that shot on Mutiris. Now things are getting rough. 910 gets another kill before he is decapitated by Story. 5-7, close quarters, Techno ready for that peek on out, but unable to sink the kill. And Arisdose gets a double out of it. The Mongols were so close to an upset victory in this round, but a 1v2 now for Blitz. And he's got that long run still ahead of him. Even if he gets these kills, it's the time.
And he's got a deagle. He's got to be super accurate. Story's not really...
so low.
They're not considering this. Just now he turns. Blitz has the first.
That's one.
Surely.
He's got it. He's got to get closer. They turn now. That's an AK-47. And he's got smoke now. This gets uncomfortable for the remaining player of sAw in the form of Arisdose. But he uses the smoke for the darkness. He knows where his next opponent is. And Arisdose runs around that obelisk. And there's no time to waste here for Blitz. He's got to get back to it, but he's got no time. Once again, Blitz runs out of seconds. And sAw head up to 3.
It's kind of painful because that was a very winnable situation for the Mongols. They let Arisdose just double him up on the entry when everyone else is low. But I think you're still going to be happy with the outcome overall if you're Mongols. 5 kills, you take all the guns away, force those rebuys, you get a free AK-47 yourself, and you set yourself nicely going into these next gun rounds.
It makes you a little nervous when that's happening. Get you on the edge of your seat. And Udrux is starting to make his way through mid, spots out the temple extension. That's 910 to bring Udrux down. Roman was caught by Blitz. And was Arisdose making that leap of faith through the smoke into the A-bomb site. Stopped by Blitz and held by the Mongols.
This will be a save now between these two. Story and Mutiris just saying there's no way we're going to get back in. We didn't cause any damage. We didn't find any kills. We didn't open up any gaps. Let's just bail out quickly so we can find some safety over in Rugs.
Good flash. Forces Story away, but he sends the rest of his attack forward. That grenade will slow down the momentum that sAw had. 910 drifting over. His AWP coming out of the temple. Blitz, he's not alone inside a camera. They've got two in here. It's Mazinho and Blitz. Smoke flash goes too deep, but it's still effective. Story comes in. He's got two in the AWP, and now they know exactly where 910 is. And dealing with that threat, well, it's going to prove a little more difficult. 910 still stands on his feet, but that smoke comes up, and that A-bomb site is open. They're charging in together. Senzu trying to get out of the smoke, trying to get out of this awkward scenario, but it won't happen. It's sAw that somehow figure out how to get through that mid setup, break both of those camera players apart, and they're straight into the A-bomb site.
Yo, it's a beautiful pre-fire peek from Story for the first kill, but that second kill is so quick. That M4 starts shooting, takes down his teammate. Perfect bait by the sAw crew to set up the AWP.
He was the bane of their existence on Anubis.
Look at this one.
To it earlier, but yeah, this second shot so quick on the reaction. You see why Senzu wants to get out of this awkward scenario, but not finding impact. Gaining mid-control very quickly here for sAw. They haven't rounded that corner through those double doors. And when they eventually do, 910 is in the position he is commonly found. It's Temple, it's the same setup, and it could be the same result. Mazinho charging out into the open. This time 910's with him. And they take away that main prong to the approach through mid, but Arisdose senses the timing and some space to move through A. So he sprints forward, he smokes out Heaven. And Roman's waiting at B site.
Yeah, this would be a sick kill for him to find. Over towards Tempo, he can't do it. Arisdose provides two. There's Roman with the pounce. And the bomb is in no man's land, so it's very easy to fall back. sAw have put together another masterpiece.
And that bomb's going to go down for Story, and Mazinho running down the beach, but Roman's already so deep inside of the cave. Mazinho's aware of that possibility. He's holding for it, but
he's got no health. He can't.
Not given the chance.
He can't even think about going for it. He's got to back away.
He's walking away into the storage of the AWP, and it's 5-1. What a start it is from sAw. Double up setup for the Mongols. It's an expensive solution. But will it prove to be successful? sAw, they're heading towards B, and they are not putting any players elsewhere. It is a full commitment through B main. Contact explosion right into 910. Senzu undetected. Big swing from Roman. Techno stepping up. 910 there as well. And Mongols stop this A play, or rather B play, get right at the door because Story's left nowhere near his teammates. And it was an interesting call, one that just gets absolutely destroyed.
I think they get a little bit baited. I don't think they expected there to be a full buy on the map. I think they just misread the economy. They're looking to get in there and bully some pistols and maybe just deal with a couple players and get in. They didn't realize there'd be some rifles to support 910 and keep that space. And it's sAw who have the financial troubles, despite the fact that they've won 5 of 6 rounds to this point.
Blitz ready to peek into middle. Roman's taken down, but there's no getting away if you're the AWP here. Eventually, Blitz is traded out by that Glock of U-Jerks. Arisdose.
Not again.
He's got the Tech 9, and this could break the Mongols very early in this half.
sAw's gonna back away. They just realize everyone's kind of converging on their position. Molotov to give them no pathing forward. So back off and start taking advantage of how thinly the defense is going to be spread.
910 sees the shadow, reacts, Mateera's down. Good trade from U-Jerks as they get into this site now. Senzu's burned away, but he spots out that bomb crossing. What a shot from U-Jerks. That's a third in this round, and Mongols cannot handle him. They cannot put an end to him, and Mazinho is nowhere near this fight. He can't help out. It is going to be 16 rounds for sAw, and Mongols have had far too many of these heartbreaking rounds already. Techno into the smoke. Takes a step back. The fire tickles his toes. They know exactly where he is. pissed on that sound, and the Mongols defense is collapsing again. But Blitz, he builds it back up with 2 kills on that M4. There's still a lot of time, and 910 has already arrived to this side of the map, ready to go. But the bomb is now planted. Time begins to shrink. 910's timing to look away. Works out for Story. Materis there with him. And the Portuguese are pummeling the Mongols' defense. I think we have to start talking about, at some point soon, where the Mongols go if they lose this. It's down into that lower bracket. It's not elimination. They'll play against the winner of Pain 9Z. But then, from that point onwards, if they get through that game, that is also the bracket that contains Astralis, G2, and Spirit. This is their best opportunity. This is the best opportunity for both teams to make it to the Lanxess. It becomes unlikely if they lose this series.
And you would have realized that coming into this as well. And that's where hopefully the experience, well, with these guys inexperienced, that's where experience generally lets you put that in the back of your mind and forget about it, not think about it. But it might be something that's knocking on the door of the brainstem of the Mongols players here. Erisdil's gonna lead the way. Mizzino close up, Shadow shows, fight 1. And even 2 kills from Senzu might set up Technos, 5-7, but he can't find a second.
And the rounds just keep racking up.
I feel like he was talking shit, but he's so nice about it.
I think I just understood 1 number.
Okay.
But maybe wrong. The story with these 2 teams is kind of, they're at different points in their careers, right? You've got sAw, who are having the peak of their careers. These Mongols players were just kind of figuring out how to do all the basic human stuff, like breathe and walk and eat. So it's crazy. There are different points in their careers, but they're both fighting for their first chance into that Lanxess arena. And right now, it looks like sAw are in that powerful position. Double up setup for Mongols, and Techno in dark has to take a few steps back here. He might be pressured from 2 sides, though, because it's a split being set up for sAw.
Oh, here it comes. Senzu, blinded, flames everywhere. Gets 1, but his teammates have all fallen. It's all on his shoulders now, and he can't find another. And once again, sAw ask for the B-bomb site. They get the B-bomb site.
I don't even think they ask. They just take it. They just walk in, they snatch it out of the hands. Mongols aren't here in this deciding map, and that is a depressing reality, but it is true. Last round of this first half. If sAw collect a 10th, this is pretty much a sentence to the lower bracket for the Mongols. They push the canal, they push right into Materis, and he drowns them out. But 910 and Blitz keeping these numbers even at least. Ujark starts to make his way through middle. 910 brought down low. Materis is taken out by Techno. It is a 1-player lead for the side of the Mongols for the time being, but that bomb, it's starting to go into this A site.
Smoke creates some space to work with. It's just Story. He had a 1v3 on Ancient. See if he can get himself another. Blinded. Oh, no way. It's on, baby.
He writes it right away. It's the turn on towards Techno. 2 players low in front of him. He goes to the P250. It's a nice shot, but it's not the clutch. And the Mongols will grab themselves a 3rd round at the end of this half. It is a disappointing CT side showing for the Mongols, and it is looking like sAw will be heading to the Lanxess. In the Lanxess arena at their first IEM Cologne appearance. It's fantastic to see from sAw, but Mongols will see what kind of fight they can put up on the T side. Mizzino at the front.
This round should be theirs with no problem.
Yep, that entry kill is clean, and sAw were stacked elsewhere. So, does not go well for them initially.
They have a smoke, they've got 2 flashbangs to activate this retake, but they don't have a kit. So these kills got to come fast, and they got to get started early in this bomb timer. 1 in jail. Information gathered.
Materis swings to the back of the platform. Those Jewel Berettas rattling away. 910 steps up. 2 Glock kills back. But it's all the CTs getting the frag. Suddenly Blitz left alone. And there's time for this for sAw. There's time to break the Mongols. Blitz goes down and sAw retake the site.
Filthy, filthy retake from sAw. Fine work with the dualies, getting the opening kill to really get things started, and then pinning Blitz down behind the pillar. So many bullets.
They are playing that simplistic group play through mid this time. Blitz at the double doors. sAw have presence in middle. Story took a dink. He's down to 4 HP. And Materis knows there's pressure now being applied towards his position. He can't walk out of that smoke because of the fire, but he's going to bide his time. He's calling their coming camera. Materis does go through that smoke, and the intended result for the Mongols works out. Roman sprints in behind, keeps these numbers even, and now they have to focus on the bomb plant. Udrix is coming back in from storage, and he's looking to box up this round, looking to take away his first victim off the fountain, but Mazinho had weapon superiority at range, and Roman just fires himself through that smoke to his death. It's a 4th round for Mongols. They needed that one, and at least they have a chance to get off to a decent start here in the second half. Story coming out of A main. Mazinho blinded, forced back into Rug. Senzu is not a comfortable fight, but one that he eventually will win. And Mazinho's grenade searches out Materis, takes him out of there. Now a 5 versus 3. The Mongols should be able to just turn to a swift victory.
Just got to deal with Roman first. And that's completed.
Job done.
Okay, so we'll see what sAw's going to look like when they get the guns back out on the CT side. I don't think we'll see an AWP quite yet. They'll have to start this with 4 M4s. Nobody really has the money to buy one or drop it over.
The B setup is Udrix and a Roman.
And because they have no utility, they have to play this passive setup. They have to play this like almost half retake where you're trying to get kills on the entry, not trying to stop them in the choke points, but as they progress to the site.
And they'll bring Materis in. An extra player to give a hand to sAw's B defense. First kill is Roman. Oh, what a clear from Senzu, but Udrix steps up in his stead. A follow-up from Udrix. They can't get through him. And finally, Techno arrives with that Galil. But the Mongols not comfortable yet. Those 2 kills give them a fighting chance. But the bomb is not planted. The fights keep coming. Techno with that follow-up, but Arisdose slips the net. Gets in beside them. And 910 is so low on health. And now he's low on time. Arisdose peeks from behind the pillar. And it's sAw up to 11. That is a huge step up from Udrix and Arisdose.
They could never get the clean entries. Udrix with that triple kill is so massive. Obviously 3 kills is everything, but you slow it down. They'll have vision and information.
Story takes a few steps forward. Now a tight corner to clear from Mazinho, and crit headshot. Arisdose though, double from the fountain. His teammate goes down. Aristose's then left out to dry, and 910 Zop will bring him off the top. Plant is coming in. Mongols with the player advantage into this post plant. And Udrix is still on that beach. He's coming up to join Roman
don't expect the timing!
Oh, the timing's so good. Roman slips out. Oh, second player still standing. Blitz alive on low health. But Udrix now comes in from heaven, and they're looking elsewhere. He would have peeked by now, surely, if he was coming in from heaven. But Udrix down against Techno, and he dives into the site. He's got the plant for him. Techno throws the utility in, and the grenade gets the job done. Udrix doesn't stick it. Techno will pull it off, and the Mongols don't have to stare at map and Thierry's point here against the side of sAw. If they pick this round up. Story. Oh, this could be nasty.
It's so bold.
This is such a risk in a round like this. At this point in the game, he's not going to continue his push just yet. He's waiting on that fade to the smoke. 910's watching for it. This AWP surely will strike him down. It is going to be the shot for 910 that just knocks Story out of middle. Techno could go down outside of B here. Udrix trying to get that fight back and does so very effectively. Techno's now gone, and we're under a minute.
That kind of a push and kill, I think, should tell sAw that A is the most likely finishing move. Mongols isn't going to want to mess with this B bomb site, thinking they don't have control of main anymore.
So that's the heaven smoke coming in from Mongols to follow up Molotov. Flashes raining into that position. And Blitz is here to try and stop the rotation from Temple to Camera.
One of those two players needs to go through CT spawn and get to beach quickly. That might have been a little early from Mazzino. Nobody can trade it. Mongols trying to work the map instead of trade and brute force, which has been their style through this whole series.
20 seconds. sensU tries to fake out that it's going to end on B. He's trying to move that defense, but it isn't convincing enough for Arasdase. He will sit inside of the site. They're running back now to try and get to A in time. 9 seconds. Blitz cuts off the rotation of Roman, but inside of the site, this is the fight that matters. 4 seconds. That plant is coming in, and Blitz is defending his squad. It was so close for the Mongols. Just enough time to get that bomb planted. And Udrex is gone. He's saving, but 9 rounds for Mongols now. This game is on a knife's edge at the moment.
They've got to be so stressed out. That's maybe the first time on this second half on this map that I think Mongols has really confused sAw as to what was happening. 3 players were at the B bomb site, leaving Arasdase alone at A.
The initial utility being placed outside of A main. Arasdase is going to hear it, but it's the charge of the Mongols. They're riding into this A bomb site, and Arasdase at the back of the site trying to stop their might. It's sensU with that trade. Mutiras comes in from storage. sensU goes down, and that's a good position for Mutiras to gain. It keeps his team close to the bomb site and with the player advantage. Blitz cuts open Roman as he tries to take the risk through the smoke. They're all charging in from heaven, and it would require divine intervention now to stop it, but that headshot from Utrecht, that is huge on 910. The spray from Mazzino is a messy round, and now it's Blitz in a 1v2 with that kit on the defuse. It is so close. Blitz comes off it. He could have killed the diffuser, but he went back to heaven. Blitz was so close, but yet so far, and sAw now looking at 12 rounds. Oh, he's going to want that moment back.
He had it.
Oh,
he had it. He did everything right except switch his target.
He just kills the diffuser. He wins the round. Oh, that's Counter-Strike, though.
That's a round he'll remember for years. If they fail to qualify here,
and they've said it themselves, Mongolian blood is strong. And they've got to try and pull this back to overtime.
sAw these last 2 rounds that felt like there's going to be a B play. They put bodies there to activate some aggression. Good kill from Utiris. Can't get the second one. Now they've got to hustle back and hustle forward on this flank for Ujerks. Because Mongols have been able to split this A bomb site, and it's very effective and very deadly.
Ujerks, what a star he has become. He goes into the mid flank. He doesn't go down. He does detect Techno.
Oh, he's so tense, so stressed. He didn't want to commit to that fight. Doesn't
want to be the player that goes down there.
No.
The Mongols are happy they haven't lost a member in the mid fight. They've still got 1 minute left at a 4v4. But it's the canal that worries me because Story is there with the AWP. Mazzino's in the water. sensU's coming to join him, but Story has been lights out. When given opportunities at times in this tournament, he's been a little quiet by his own standard on this map. But that's the shot that matters. sensU, oh, and Mazzino down. His Story brings them a step closer. It's Techno and Blitz in a 2v4, and sAw are staring at the Lanxess. Careers that started over 14 years ago. And they could be taking one of the biggest steps there is in Counter-Strike. Blitz with that headshot. Udrex is down. He sends the molly in, but it's behind the players. They're able to run in front of it. They're able to run towards them. And Blitz now left trying to make up for his previous mistake, and he's damn close to it. But that flank from Dark, Roman brings him low, and Blitz goes back to it. Cannot stop Roman. This is a tale of persistence and dedication. For the players, the career started over 14 years ago. Through all the sacrifices and disappointment, the individuals of Story, Mutiras, Arasdase, Utrecht, and Roman are having the best year of their career.